and welcome to Lunch Break. I'm your host, Rhea Hughes. I'm joined by Dee Lynham, CSNPhilly.com. Thank you very much for joining me.
Absolutely.
We had a lot of basketball. You know, I hate to say this. You know, the Sixers. I'm hoping to come to the game tonight. Sixers Miami.
Nice.
But then at 9:50, it's my house.
Absolutely.
So I got it's all basketball for me today. It's
actually by 9:50, it'll be in the. This one will be in the book.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
so you know,
I
get a little lead time,
right,
you know, just
absolutely.
to get ready for all that. So it's all basketball, and that's what we're talking about today on our lunch break. Today's lunch menu: Miami Vice. The Miami Heat have been a vice really that the Sixers haven't been able to kick all year. Hanging tough. We're going to talk a little bit about the new Sixer that just arrived and why they brought him here. And it's pie worthy. We're going to pick somebody who did something great this week. The Miami team. Sixers have played great against so many, you know, really good teams. They've been unable to finish a lot of them. But the one team that has just rolled past them, 20 points, 21 points, has been the Miami Heat. With Evan Turner now in the starting lineup, how does that change the matchups?
Well, interesting, because I did ask Doug that.
Okay.
It doesn't change. You still have to guard the guy who guards you.
Okay.
Because trying to cross over in this game, it just doesn't work. Unless you have a dead ball situation and you think you could have somebody. So it'll be Andre on LeBron and Evan will be on Dwayne Wade. But, you know, Evan certainly has greater size.
Sure. That's, just the matchups is a little better for the Sixers. Just
hopefully. I mean, they tried even last year during the postseason using Evan on Dwayne. You know, he was out there a bit. So the biggest thing is the rebounding. I mean,
what he offers,
Right, and Miami has crushed them on the boards. So hopefully with having Evan in the starting lineup, your rebounding is better early, and you're just not, you know, giving up so much in the paint.
And the other thing is, Miami's actually, they haven't been playing well. They haven't been playing well on the road. They're not a great.
Not good.
I know. That
was part of the problem the last time they came in. They had just blown an 11-point lead in Milwaukee in the fourth quarter.
Well, here they just lost to the Bulls without Derrick Rose.
Right, and the game before that they lost to Orlando. So
you don't want that. I mean, they're kind of coming in a little angry, a little.
And you know what? And with the good teams. Yeah. And the Sixers are a good team, but with the teams like Miami, and Doug always uses this phrase, they can take it up a notch.
Yeah.
And that's really what separates people right now. I mean, like, you know the Sixers are going to come focused, prepared. Sure. They give you the same effort every night.
These guys have another level to go to.
They do. Now, do they use it tonight? I'm not sure. But that's what you see in the postseason, Ray, I think.
Here's what was interesting about the, and I think it was the Bulls game the other night. LeBron just torched them for 3 quarters. And then, you know, again, he has...
People go, obviously, until this guy does something different in the fourth quarter, he's going to carry that with him.
He should play for the Sixers. It's like they struggle sometimes in fourth quarters against really good teams, and he struggles. It's a perfect fit. I'm trying to get LeBron here any way I can. But, it's interesting, that dynamic with him.
Right, and part of it, I mean, I don't see all of their games, obviously, but I do think, and I don't want to use the word defer, but
it's almost what he does.
Right, but he has the option of having a Dwayne Wade.
Sure.
And that's
if you're deferring, it's not a bad guy to defer to. Exactly. I see what you're saying. I do get that. Now, the Sixers go out, they get Sam Young. Yep. The big question of the day, who is the guy they traded him for?
Oh, Ricky Sanchez? Yes, I said Ricky Sanchez ought to wear a little sign underneath that says that I have been in multiple trades as just...
And I've never played in the NBA, right?
But because they had the trade exception, they didn't have to give up somebody because they could take on the salary. However, you can't just do that. So they could have given up a future pick.
Okay.
But because they had this guy's rights, you actually get to keep your picks. And that's exactly how they got him too. Denver had
the same thing.
Had his rights and threw it in the same way. So no, I'm serious when I say this is how this guy has moved around.
Just, we were all going. I mean, when I heard the first report, I went, "The Sixers traded," and they've had this guy for a couple of years. So, Sam Young. What I've read about him, obviously, I haven't seen a lot of games that he's played in. The biggest thing that I keep reading about him is he's a guy whose stuff won't show up on the stat sheet, but he does a lot of stuff well.
Right. First of all, he's a bigger body. Yep. He's a big wing that maybe 6'6", 6'7",
and built.
Yes.
I mean, that guy's in the weight room. You can tell that.
And everybody who has played against him or with him, tough comes out of their mouth to describe him. So a toughness is definitely, with that second unit, Evan gone.
Especially with him not there.
Right.
You know.
The size and the toughness defensively was essential.
So whose minutes are going to get cut?
Probably Jody.
Jody, okay.
Yeah, I don't think you'll
Yeah.
see that tonight because the
Okay.
guy drove 13 hours in his car to get here and then came to shoot around, couldn't
Has
participate.
he heard of airplanes?
I guess somebody else said that. I said, I assume the guy wants his car with him. I
We
don't
rent
know.
cars
or
in
maybe
Philadelphia.
He's a dog. I have
you know,
no
there you go. All
idea.
right. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? We had Mark Zumoff on this morning, and he told us a couple interesting things about the guy. He plays the piano, and he's a poet.
Wow, I did not know either.
See,
I
there you
like
go.
that.
I got
Yeah.
you. Give you a couple things for
Yes,
tonight.
perfect.
We got, he's got a very what is it? A very enlightened, new age kind of guy. But hopefully,
Iguodala will like that because that probably means he's also a pretty good basketball mind.
yeah. Oh, that's everything that I've read about him. But they just said don't expect that when you look at the box sheet.
That it says
that
truly what he's given.
all of that stuff that he's going to have in there. And I think it's something Doug wants a little nastiness.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot. I mean,
Yeah.
they could use that.
Because recently, like Vucevic has not, his toughness
Yeah.
isn't showing. And Thad needs that
Yeah.
guy. Now, Sam can't really give it to Thad
Yeah.
in the same way because he needs it in the front court with
Yep.
him. But just the presence of a bigger body and that, mindset, if you will.
So it could just be a little minor move that might turn out to be
Right, I
a
think-
decent move for
I
that.
forget how Iguodala, he had a great phrase for it. He didn't use minor, but deadly. Quiet, but deadly.
Okay.
Something like that.
I like that. That
Yeah.
usually describes something else, but
Yeah.
I like it. I like it used in that thing. All right, it's so who do you like tonight?
In your game?
Well, yes. All right, Temple, South Florida.
South Florida scared me a little.
Oh,
the
they
other
scare
night.
me a lot.
Yeah, I hate to
Unfortunately, they
say
play in the
that.
Big. I've seen them play in the Big East, so it was not the matchup I was looking for. So
No,
yeah. So you're
but-
saying around midnight, I'm going to be a little depressed.
No, I'm not. I'll just say they scare me a little.
Okay, all right.
Leave it at that.
How about the Sixers Miami game? How do you see this playing out? You just Miami. It's bad that they're coming in losing a couple.
Yeah, not just that. I mean, I don't love this matchup for the Sixers. I think as hard as they played against them in the postseason, I know it's not the same
Yeah.
Miami team. Chalmers kills them too now. Joel Anthony has killed them. It's a tough matchup. It really is. I hope that having Evan in the starting lineup
Makes a little bit of difference.
Yeah, it makes a little bit of difference. I mean, it's going to be close, and then you're going to see what happens
In the fourth
'cause
quarter.
That's how these have played out.
If anybody was looking basketball-wise for a pep talk from D today, you did not get it.
Well, at least they won't say I'm like, rah,
Rah,
rah.
yeah, you're definitely not rah-rah today. All right, it is Friday, so it's pie-worthy. So somebody did something great this week, and it's no shock. He did lose his shutout bid, fourth consecutive last night, but
He has a franchise record.
Yeah, franchise record, something like 249 minutes and 43 seconds. For a guy who's been so under the gun to rebound the way he's done, he's been really incredible. So congratulations to Ilya Brizgalov. He is our pie-worthy guy of the day. And I want to thank D. Lynham for being our guest on Lunch Break. Look at that. He had some amazing ones last night. There we go, with the pie. I was waiting for the pie. And so thank you. You will be working the game tonight?
Yes, absolutely.
Check out D tonight. Coming up later on Comcast Sportsnet at 5 o'clock. AT&T Daily News Live at 6. Wells Fargo Sports Night. Got that Sixers pregame. Heat at the Sixers, followed by the postgame, and then Toyota Sports Night. Thanks for joining us on Lunch Break. Have a great weekend, everybody. Go Temple!